Okay, so let's solve this question that states that Boolean variable x is given to us. Which one of the following statements is R false, right? Is R is mentioned, so this is a MSQ type question. We have to consider every single option and select the correct answer from that. Okay, now the first option is given to us as x dot 1 is equals to x, right? I've given the truth tables for over here, and the basic expressions what they mean in Boolean algebra I've given them. You can revise them. You can pause the video and solve it by yourself. I will solve it otherwise, right? X dot 1, right? So dot operation is being used, and this is the dot table. So x can take the value of 0 and 1, right? But the second operand is fixed, right? So I have to consider only this and this entry in which b is equals to 1, in which x can be 0 and 1. Corresponding to x being 0, the right hand side becomes 0. Corresponding for x being 1, the right side becomes 1, right? So this is basically saying that the right side is going to be x, right? So the first statement is going to have a truth value of true. It is going to have a truth value of true. Now second option is going to give us x plus 1 is equals to x, right? Let's take it over here. This is the table for the plus, for the OR table, right? In which b can be 1 only. So only this and only this entry has to be considered, in which b is 1. Now x can, for x being 0, the right side is 1. For x being 1, the right side is also 1, right? So for this, the answer is not equals to x, because for x being 0, the answer would have also been 0. That is not the case. That is basically equal to 1 always. So this would have been 1 over here, right? So this statement is a false statement. Okay, so this is a false statement. Now the x dot x is equals to 0. Let's take it over here. X dot x is equals to 0. For x can be 0 or 1 only, right? So we can consider this statement, we can consider this statement, right? For x being 0, the answer is 0. For x being 1, the answer is also 1, right? For that, the answer is given as 0 always, but it should have been x, right? So this option, this C option, is basically false. That is, I'm going to mark that. Now x plus x complement is equals to 1 is something that we have to consider, right? Let's take it over here. X plus x complement. Now if x is 0, its complement is going to be 1, right? That is this statement. If x is 1, its complement is going to be 0. We only have to consider these two statements. Corresponding to these two statements, the right hand side is always 1, and that is what is given by this particular equation. So this equation is true, is going to have a truth value of true, right? We are asked to find statements with truth value as false, hence the answer is going to be equal to C, B and C. Very extremely simple question, and I wish you a very good day.